absolutely correct.
We're wearing our lovely shoes today.
We are.
With Electric Lighting Agencies, and this is our annual For Kids charity event where we bring all of our top manufacturers into one space and all of our designers and contractors and builders into the space as well, and all of our friends in the industry. Lots of mingling, lots of networking, and lots of business deals being done and fun being had. Lots of golf being played, whether you're good or not. This is Joe McDonald and Carl. They are with Delta Light Group. So they've got Delta Light, LF Illuminations, Del Rey, and VLT. They're a company that does linear and round, giant rings, tiny rings, and then down lights.
We can do this up to 45-foot diameter. X's, triangles, squares, rectangles.
Lots of different options, and they've got interior and exterior lighting.
Modifications and customs are what we do best.
Then we've got ATG, which is more of like a C&I line, and this is Clinton. He's with us for the first time this year. They do a lot of industrial and sports lighting. They do a lot of linear and downlights, pendants, but they're usually the cylindrical pendants.
Parking lots, wall packs.
Parking lots. And they have integrated sensors in regular. You can do any sort of controls you need to do with them. They're a great company to work with. And then this is Fanimation. Fanimation is great. They've got a stellar showroom in Dallas, Texas that we go to twice a year. And Carrie is like the mother of all fans. They do, fans are new to me, but they do interior, exterior, marine rated, and they're kind of cool. They have a new one this year that we found in Dallas, and it's like a yoga fan, and it's all bent up, and I want them to have indirect light in it, but that's on my wish list, so we'll see if that happens. And then Nora is one of our go-to lines for downlights. They have linear and tape light as well, but their downlights are second to none. They've got tiny apertures and giant ones. They've got high lumen packages, low lumen packages, and then they have all sorts of beam angles and everything. They're stellar. We see them in Dallas as well. And they're out in California. And then Dynalite is one of my new faves. I didn't know about them for a while. I didn't rep them in my previous companies, but they take really high aesthetics and then make them less expensive while still being beautiful. And I put them on every one of my jobs. Love them. And they're super responsive, which is important. So emergency, you can see that the exit sign has our company logo on it, ELA, Electric Lighting Agencies. So they do emergency lighting and inverters, which is important for emergency backup in buildings. So it's more on like the technical side and meeting energy codes, but you still have to have them. So this is like the integrated part of the nerdy electrical engineering stuff. So that's like the interior and what it looks like behind the wall or above the ceiling, and how you can go from regular power to emergency power. So when your power goes out, It has to have a 928 or a 1024 on it, which is super nerdy. But you have to do that to meet code. This is our boss, Brian Slater. Brian.
Oh, okay.
So Brian started Slater Lighting several years
Was
ago.
this video or we did?
Yeah,
Sorry,
video.
I'm like smiling at the picture.
And then a couple years ago, he and ELA in New York merged. So now we are ELA Florida. But Slater killed it down here and wanted to grow bigger, better, faster, stronger. So that's why we're here today.
I think you summed it up. That is absolutely correct.
Easy
Well
peasy.
done.
And then GM Lighting. GM Lighting is our go-to for tape light. GM Lighting has high output, low output, color tuning, color changing. They have interior and exterior. We put GM on nearly every job we do. And it's extremely well priced and high quality. And basically they can ship almost the same day every time. And then Jeremy and Imelda with Moda Light. Moda Light is a funky brand. They do wall grazing and wall washing and interior and exterior. And they have stellar optics as well, which is, again, hard to find when you have linear product. Imelda, tell me 2 things about Moda Light that you love.
Oh gosh, so we make our own LEDs, so all our products, all the LEDs will match, from our tape light to our mini cove to our grace fixtures to our exterior.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do, so you won't have any color variation.
And it's called a binning process if you want to get nerdy. Thank you, Imelda. We've got Nanometer, and they are insane. They have their own control system, which is, again, on like the electrical engineering side. So if you Google Schmoogle Nanometer, they are in high-end projects and just really low-end ones, but they basically invent their own stuff as they go along. They have incredibly smart engineering behind everything they do, and nearly all of it is custom, and it was nearly built out of custom requests. And then FLI is out of Italy, and they have teeny tiny apertures, which is hard to find done well. And so they've got rigid and flexible. And then one of their, this is the Honor, and this is for lighting jewelry. So they have 2 different color temperatures so that it makes your diamonds and your jewels shine really well. And they do a lot of jewelry cases and design cases. And even this guy is really powerful, but tiny. So anything that has a tiny aperture and is not just a glare bomb. So our goal is to cover any vertical, so whether it's hospitality, industrial, commercial, exterior, facade, landscape, parking lot. So we do have lines to cover all of that. We can even do medical. But the goal is to have at least 1 or 2 lines that can cover any lighting to cover an entire job. So we want architects and engineers, interior designers, landscape architects, lighting designers, which is a huge one for my position especially. And then the people who purchase those are developers and contractors. So they need to know how it works, whether it's easy to install, whether they have good service on the back end. And then if it hits the price point, then we want them to use it as well. So we are all about education. So this is John Weintraub. So he's one of the guys who partnered with Brian Slater through Slater Lighting. So he's our New York principal. And this is Jackie. And this is Matt. My favorite Key Largo. Which one? Yes. This is Iguzzini. So we're going to visit his factory in Italy in May. And you're in? You're down for the trip? So they also do interior and exterior and facade lighting. We're currently working on like a 42-story building, hoping to keep that on the spec. It's been specified that way, which again, like I said earlier, like 1, you need to get it on the plans, but then 2, it has to meet all of the budget criterion. And there's a big Rivas residence going in as well that do the yachts, and they said they will only use Italian products. So we're hoping to make a good contact there. So our hope is to help them use our Italian products that we represent in their project. Ray Hill is a great line. They do downlighting and other things too. They're kind of eclectic, but their downlighting is really great. Again, small apertures to larger apertures, but they have beam angles that are necessary to hit for lighting designers. Lighting designers are very specific and particular when they're designing. And then lead linear, this is Suzanne, this is Jackie, and this is Dan. So lead linear is a new line for us as of like a year and a half ago. So Drew is with Axolight and Flexa. So Drew has been in the lighting business for a long time, and he's been with several different lines. And the best part is he is with lines who care about the design and the aesthetic and the feeling of the users of the space. So they're all very beautiful. A lot of people talk about sustainability, but in Florida, especially on the East Coast, a lot of it is turtle lighting because it has to be an actual nanometer so that the turtles go to the moon, to the ocean instead of to the light. So it gets, again, it's really nerdy, but it's super fun when it's pretty and they care and it's the right level of light.
Small factor too.
Yes.
That's another part. And it's also punchy.
And it's also punchy.
Punchy, yeah, because it's at 860 delivered lumens, so it's
which is a lot.
It's more than double or triple than most of the ones that are out there.
And then they have giant, beautiful fixtures that like make you whimsical and feel happy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So our tagline is lighting is our business, service is our passion. We know we have competition big and small, and you'll hear all over the territory that we have really great service on the back end, and we have incredibly quick response time on the front end. And if we can't meet the exact specification you want, we can also send you to who can. But we want you to know that education is more important than anything else, because you can't specify or purchase a light fixture that works if you don't know which one it is. And we want you to call, text, email, or Teams message us at any time and show up to our annual event every year, and just repetition is key. So every time you see a light fixture or a manufacturer or you hear something 12 times, things will start to click. And we like it when things start to click. You feel better, we feel better, we can talk on a whole other level.